Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mount and Blade to Bannerlord. Today we are diving in and taking a look at the brand new Game of Thrones mod update for A Realm of Thrones. This mod has basically gone ahead and updated to the most recent patch of Bannerlord. It also has gone ahead and revamped the northern parts of the map to make it a little bit more lore accurate. They've gone ahead and revamped a few of the northern troop lines, added in more troops for Bravos and Tyros, I believe. Not only that, they have a brand new diplomacy system in the game, allowing certain factions to be locked into an eternal war with one another. This means that you're not going to be having the Dornish go ahead and march on the Night's Watch and conquer Castle Black anymore. That's actually impossible. Unless it is driven by the player, which I kind of like, where the player still has the option to do that, but the AI won't be doing something like that. And on top of that, you can go ahead and now steal special Valyrian steel swords from people you capture. So again, if I was to capture Joffrey Baratheon, I'd actually be able to go ahead and steal his weapon. So they are just the footnotes of the update. There is still plenty more kind of snuffled around in there. If you guys want to go ahead and see more content like this on the channel, please go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below. It really does honestly help out the channel. I know everybody always asks for it, but it does go a long way. And obviously subscribe if you haven't already. I really do appreciate it, and I'll be one of the first people to always let you know when a brand new Bannerlord mod does get updated or released. So let's go ahead and dive in with the update, and also just kind of, I guess, take a little glimpse of those of you who maybe have never seen this mod before because you're new to Bannerlord and you're like, oh, I love Game of Thrones, I wish there was a mod. Well, here is one for you. There are currently two Bannerlord Game of Thrones mods. One of them is Realm of Thrones, which is one you're seeing right here, and there's another one called Trials of the Seven. Trials of the Seven hasn't been updated in a while because they're going for a big, massive overhaul. So right now, Realm of Thrones is currently the only Game of Thrones that is currently updated for 1.1, which is the current patch of Bannerlord. And as you can see, it does go ahead and range the entirety of Westeros and also all of Essos as well. Loads of factions. We have the Dothraki off into the east. We have Daenerys Targaryen right here looking absolutely amazing. And then you can, of course, go into the newly added Pirate Islands as well. The Stepstones have now got some love. Some new castles have been added here with some new pathways as well, which you can actually traverse. And with the new addition of the new Bravosian soldiers, you'll be able to create yourself a very nice army. You can go ahead and take a look at these guys right here. This was added in the brand new update, and I really like the kind of the style of the armor itself. Very like conquistador. I think they look really cool, ready to go out and conquer and use their banks effectively. Looking very nice indeed. And on top of that, we also have a new revamp to the northern parts of the map. The modder has basically gone in and revamped north of the wall, adding these more mountain sides, more terrain basically to the map, and you'll be able to notice that as well as we go further south in the north as well. There is one right here, big old mountainside, and also down in the south. Also, more rivers have been placed again, not the most glorious things, but it does add in a lot of detail, and it's always good, it's always exciting to see. Also, the Dreadfort itself has got this layer of mist added in right there, which looks really nice indeed. And I personally would love to see more stuff like this added in. These small details that go such a long way at just immersing you in the Game of Thrones universe is really awesome. More roads spiraling off to villages, and then farmland, and these little towns that have interesting, unique details to them is really awesome. I think the Warhammer mod does such a good job of that, just bringing the map to life, and hopefully we'll see the mod adding that stuff in as the mod gets more and more developed. I do totally understand though that is such a huge undertaking. The amount of time and effort it goes, you could spend literally weeks on just one part of the map, and I guess you have to make a decision of what's more important, getting more assets into the game or spending them couple weeks adding in all the extra detail to such a small part of the map. I think personally though it is worth it, and I love to see more roads and other stuff added later on down the line. So I also mentioned about a new custom diplomacy. So now we have a diplomacy set up in the game where certain factions are locked into war with one another. For example, the Night's Watch are always at war with the free folk. They will never peace out with them. They will fight until one side is victorious. The same goes for the North. So the North, for example, are always at war with the Reach, the Westerlands, which is always exciting. The Riverlands, again, they're not the Riverlands. The Riverlands will also be at war with the Reach and the Westerlands, kind of forming this alliance. The Iron Islands will also be at war with the Reach. I believe this has been done for more balancing issues. The Reach are super powerful, so the fact that the Reach are fighting them will kind of go ahead and knock them down a peg or two. The Lannisters are busy fighting basically everybody. They're fighting Dragonstone, the Free Houses, the Riverlands, the Stormlands, the North, and the Brotherhoods without banners as well. So they're definitely, Tywin has a lot to go ahead and fight, but he has so many clans to do so many soldiers. He's really not someone to be messed with. And also a lot of these other factions are going to be fighting. For example, you have Joffrey right here fighting hard. The Stormlands are busy fighting Dragonstone, the Reach, and the Westerlands as well. So it is a big brawl. And again, this is here to simulate the War of the Five Kings, everybody clashing, and all these factions are locked into an eternal war. They shouldn't ever actually peace out. However, as the player, if you go ahead and take over the mantle, you can force them to peace out if you want to. So again, when you kind of get a little bit stronger, you can go ahead and end these wars eventually, which I think is a nice little way of doing things, and it still gives the player the control. If he wants to go ahead and take control of Sunspear and leave the Men of Dawn all the way to the north, you can do that, which again it is quite cool. So the Dornish didn't actually get any extra units as well in this update. However, I do want to go ahead and show off some of their units which they got in the previous patch, because yeah, they look amazing. A really nice overlook of them, and they're such a scary, formidable foe. So again, if you can force the Dornish to go to war, they can bring a lot of soldiers to bear. I would imagine though that they will be busy off into Essos fighting a lot of the pirates and a lot of the other factions kind of scattered around here, because there is no script for factions not to then declare extra wars on. So again, Tyros could declare war on the Stormlands or the Dornish or the Westerlands or the Vale. These factions can still go to war, so you'll be seeing them, extra wars popping up here and there. If you do decide to fight for Daenerys Targaryen, again, there have been some more units added. So the Valerians have kind of that more old school style Targaryen that we see in House of the Dragon armor, which looks really good with the Brigandine. We also have these new Valerian captain armors, which look a little bit more fantasy than grounded historical, but still look nice nonetheless. Again, these are like the ultra elite soldiers, so I guess that's kind of the look that they are going for. And we also have some new unit models as well for the Eastern style soldiers. So again, you can see the look of them, given some extra additional armor pieces, and again, the Unsullied, I believe, also have got this reworked as well, so a little bit of a cleaner Unsullied uniform. On top of that, as we are off here in the east, the Valantians have also received a new armor style as well, so again, getting more away from the traditional Bannerlord assets. We are now seeing more and more armor being added in, which looks good. Definitely a nice addition to them. Again, this armor piece looks incredible. Definitely a lot of work has been put into detailing this. It looks really good. It's nice to see that they are also focusing, because again, a lot of the West does have plenty of assets. There's loads of different armors and kind of factions and stuff out here, so it's really cool to see kind of that being added in. You don't really need more Westerland Knights. They look amazing, so it's good to see more of this stuff added in, and hopefully eventually we will see just basically all the vanilla assets removed from the game, because that is kind of a bit of an immersion killer, so that would be nice. And then finally, this is really the last, I think, new addition to the mod when it comes to assets. We have a new Golden Cloak armor. Again, this is way more representation of more of the House of Dragon style of armor, I guess, and I really like the style of it. It looks really cool, so I'm happy that that's been added in. I think it's a nice way of going about it, a little bit more different than just that long chainmail that the gold cloaks do normally wear, which looks very cool. As I said as well in the intro, finally you do now have the opportunity to actually steal people's specific weapons if you want to. So now I could go up to Joffrey Baratheon, and if I defeat him in battle and I capture him prisoner, I can just take Widow's Wail from him. Is that what his sword's called? I can just take his Valyrian steel sword. Again, if I was to defeat Jon Snow in battle, I could take Longclaw, and so on and so on. I'm not actually sure who actually owns Ice at this point. Ice is a sword. I know it gets smelted down to make Widow's Wail, and also whatever sword Brienne has. But yeah, Ice is also in the game, and I'm also not sure who has Dawn as well. I assume probably someone from Starfall would be in the case. But yeah, it's going to make up basically everything new in this update of the game. Obviously, if you haven't seen this mod before, there are units for every single faction. I believe the Greyjoys are one of my favorite looking factions. I think their units look incredible, and as I say that, of course there is no one there, but yeah, the Greyjoy units look really good. I love raiding with these guys. All the new banners and everything else looks great. And they're such a deadly unit as well. And things are looking very exciting. They're starting to add in now custom diplomacy into the game, which is good. Hopefully that system will get improved upon and improved upon. We now have the ability to steal weapons. Again, that's just a little glimpse of hopefully what we'll get in the future. I really hope the map does continue to get updated with more and more details. As I said, I know I keep on going on about it, but I personally think it goes such a long way in the in kind of the mod and the immersion, which looks really, really cool. And yeah, make sure you go out and play this. As I said, I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. And now we'll quickly dive on into the install guide. If you are leaving the channel now though, be sure to go and drop a like and a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get into the install guide. Okay, let's go ahead and do the install guide really quickly. All you have to do is go over to the link in the description. I'll leave it down there for you guys. Click on it, go over down to files right here, then go ahead and click manually download. Don't worry about this because we'll grab Harmony on the Steam Workshop. Then go ahead and click slow download. You'll need an account to log in, but Nexus Mods is safe and you'll be good to go. Okay, so now that we've got that downloaded, you're going to want to go ahead and find out where you have to put it. Really easy. Go right click on your Bannerlord in Steam, go down to properties, go down to local files, and then click browse. That will open up basically where you have to stick the modded files. Once you go into your modules, click on that, and then you're going to want to go ahead and open the mod. Then when you've got that open, you're going to go ahead and double click on your Realm of Thrones, select the mods right here, and drag and drop them into your module folder for Bannerlord. Again, for me, it's going to come up telling me I already have them, but for you, it should just be good. If it does come up saying that you already have them, make sure you go ahead and delete the mods in your module folder. This needs to be a fresh install, so make sure you do that. Then finally, make sure you have Harmony subscribed to. This is a really important mod, and you're going to need it for any mod basically you play on Bannerlord. It's a real good tool. I'll leave a link down below in the description. This one is on the workshop, so you can just click subscribe. Then you should be good to go. Go ahead and click play, and you'll be able to see that Harmony is on. Again, ignore these other mods, you don't need them. And then this is going to be the load order down the bottom: ROT content, ROT races, and also the realm. You can check all of them out. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this video useful and interesting. Be sure to go and drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.